I used to only trust in science until he came to me. Ever since that day, my whole life has been devoted to the Lord.
When he awoke that morning, Etienne should have known that life was going to play a trick on him. He loathed the occult sciences. For him, there were medical practices that had to stop, like UFOs, homeopathy, religion, or even hip-hop. He had developed this phobia because of a figurine of Jesus that had traumatized him in his early childhood. A figurine he had only seen once around the neck of a priest he remembered all too well, but whom he never spoke about. He had suppressed this event from his memory and only felt better about it. Work in science had been his gateway to success. Etienne was a brilliant scientist. His aversion for all alternative beliefs had led him to write a book about skepticism, which had made him famous. He had become the leading figure of an entire generation who swore only by him. He could get anything he wanted in just the blink of an eye. Science had brought him method, money, and even women. But the only one with whom he could be himself was none other than Magali. They had met at university, where Etienne occasionally taught mathematics. She was wearing a brooch on which he noticed a dead lacewing. This insect fascinated Etienne because, unlike other aphid hunters, lacewings to protect their flowers do not only eliminate aphids alone, but also any species that approach them. This unusual fascination for the ridiculous assassin was the catalyst that brought them together. Everything in his life had unfolded without a hitch until this critical moment. At the lake during a picnic, when Magali decided against all odds to defend the values of homeopathy, he blurted out a sentence that was just trivial to him.
Your sensitivity only equals your ignorance, Magali. You're leaving?
At that very moment, when Magali was only a few meters away from him, Etienne's life was once again turned upside down, and he witnessed something he could never forget. Etienne was broken. Overnight, his life lost all meaning. His mind wanted to speak, but his body refused to. He became silent and continued his life without ever uttering a single word.
What brings you here, Etienne?
As years went by, the ghost of the man that Etienne once was tried to find evidence of their existence. For lack of speaking, Etienne began to put together theories from clues he thought he found around him, like that little triangle drawn in the research center's toilets, which remained intact even though the cleaning lady came every day at 8 a.m. to remove even the smallest particle of dirt accumulated in this place that she wanted sterile. Other similar phenomena regularly occupied his mind. Until this morning of November. Through a camera he got used to putting by the lake, the final habit that kept him alive, Etienne saw it again. This flying saucer sparked a new hope in him. A flower. He had been fooled. by a flower. With a shattered heart, Etienne resigned himself and started speaking again, something he was unable to do for the last 7 years. The enunciation of the few words he tried to pronounce acted as a revelation.
7 years ago, above the lake, I witnessed something happened to me.
He cried for the first time since his early childhood.
God.
Why are you crying? You know, it doesn't suit you to cry like that.
I know no one will believe this, but that's just the way everything happened. If you'd stayed longer, you would have seen it. Please, give it to me.